This episode, Animation, is the 7th video in the series that goes along with James R. Parker's book, Generative Art: Algorithms as Artistic Tool.
Chapter 6 is about animation. This is one of my favorite things, along with sound. Animation is the act of making something look alive, in some sense. To animate something seems to me to give it life. But really it's about objects that move. It's about creating videos that, or live scenes that move about on the screen. And the idea of creating these videos is to provide action to an artwork. So what kind of action are we talking about? Well, we could be talking about having a person walk across a particular scene. We could be talking about having cars move, planes move, clouds. There's a whole number of things that we can use animation for. Not all generative artworks use animation, but we can use them if we know the basic principles. And so most of this chapter is about providing the basic principles, which are, first of all, nothing is truly moving on a computer screen. You have one picture, and then you have another picture and another picture, and when you play them back quickly enough, it looks like things are moving. That's really the principle of animation. And so we have to have a lot of rules for how to draw the pictures so that the animations, the motions, look reasonable, given that there's really only a bunch of still pictures. There are a number of ways to do that. We can do it from scratch, from drawings like Disney does, or we can start with a picture. And so one of the examples in the chapter uses a candle, and we have one photograph of a candle, and then we manipulate the flame image so that it looks like it's flickering. It's not really. We're just making it look from frame to frame a little bit different. And then we can insert those candles into still photographs so that it looks like it has some live performative aspect. And this is something that a lot of generative artists do, is use small animations inside of, say, windows to make it look like it's a real window, to look to the outside world, or to make it look like it's in orbit around the Earth or underground, or something that we can't normally do to make the picture look more interesting.
Another interesting technique in this chapter is rotoscoping. This involves using actual images from a video, for example, and tracing over them. This can give the effect of a realistic drawing, but can also be used to give a jiggly, hand-drawn look. Rotoscoping was used in many full-length films, from Ralph Bakshi's Lord of the Rings in 1978, A Scanner Darkly in 2006, and Loving Vincent in 2018, in which each frame was painted. The next chapter in the book is about interface. The book, Generative Art, was published by Derweil and Uproot Books.